What we need to do is to look at it from the root. And that's what we are doing. We are going to the roots. We are discussing community dialogue. We are meeting with people who really matter, people who understand the situation, not those that are just up here, you know, trying to make generic and sweeping generalizations that these people are of this category, these people are of this category. What we have discovered in one of our dialogues is that, you know, the other ethnic groups that are called farmers have large cattle that the herders are taking care of on their behalf. The herders have large farms that the cows are eating even their own farms. We've discovered all those things. We have seen a situation where cows entered somebody's farm, they ate up the farm, and then when he reported and it was traced, the cows belonged to his own father that was being taken care of by a herder. So there are underlying issues that we need to study without making it look very generic, without making it look so dramatic that people are even afraid of stating facts because they don't want to go against the tide of popular opinion, even when the popular opinion is sometimes not very correct. The truth about it is that in the mix of all this...
I mean, in the process of tracing, sorry to interrupt you, Mr. Sajoh, but in the process of tracing and in the process of trying to get to the root of the matter, and in terms of how you have handled it, would you say that it's been effective, considering the fact that, you know, the attacks, it would seem, have been sporadic? What we will get is that sometimes the attacks will happen, and then after a while they'll be quiet for a while, then some other time we'll get another set of attacks again.
I tell you, we're getting to the bottom of it. One, we've discovered that there is a drug connection. Unless we connect what is happening to drug abuse and drug consumption amongst our young people, we are going to be in trouble because all the attackers, they always get themselves into drugs before attacking. We are beginning to understand that young people today are not under anybody's control. You can even discuss with elders. They tell you we need permission of the youth. We have stopped moving like the mother hen and her chicks. We're now moving like the mother duck and her ducklings. You know, the mother hen used to be in front, and then the chicks are behind. When there's trouble, the mother hen opens her feathers and then covers the chicks. And today what we have is the movement of ducklings. The ducklings are in front, the mother is at the back. They can go and fall into danger. Nobody cares. That's what is happening. We have stopped parenting properly. We have stopped, you know, talking to our young people. They don't even listen to us. They listen to themselves. And so when you even discuss with the elders that we are discussing with at all the levels that we are discussing, you need to go back again and talk. They go and take permission from the youth. So all of these things, we're looking at all the roots of it, not just the surface of it.
So in Adamawa, would you say then, sorry to interrupt you again, Mr. Sajoh, would you say then in Adamawa that the crisis is really between farmers and known herdsmen in your state?
At least from the start of the process up till this point, we know those that are in combat. We know them. Like I told you, the narrative, there was an attack, supposed attack on a farm. 2 people lost their lives. Then there was a reprisal attack on a particular village, known village, where where women, children were massacred. Then there was a reprisal attack on a known community. We know that community. So we know the people that are fighting.
You know those that attacked, you know those that carried out the reprisals. Have they been arrested? Have they been arrested, the perpetrators of these killings? Because murder is murder, whichever way you want to look at it.
We have had cases where arrests have been made. But we have also have cases where arrests were to be made. Militias within the communities had gone to threaten that whoever comes to arrest their person will face sanctions. And it was in that, you know, in those processes, we have to, first and foremost, caution, call for diplomacy, so as not to escalate the matter further. But arrests have been made. Even right now, as I'm talking to you, arrests are being made. We understand. But beyond arrest, our concern is that there must be understanding. Because these are communities that have lived together for a very, very long time. These are communities that have understood each other for a very long time. What really has gone wrong now? These are the questions we are asking ourselves. Okay. What really went wrong?
Let's look at it. You've talked about conversations going on between the known communities where these things happened and those who were affected and those possibly in whichever way they were affected. How are you doing these conversations? Are you working through the traditional institutions, or are you coming from the political side of it?
No. We are not even the ones, the key drivers. We are only facilitating. The neutral bodies are driving the process, and we're using all traditional institutions, political leadership, leadership of groups and organizations that are credible within communities, and even some individuals that are involved in the various trades. I think we are even being very simplistic when we say herders and farmers. In our state, it is a contest for natural resources, and those natural resources include just farmlands and water resources. So we are looking at people who also utilize water resources, like fishermen, like people who do dry season farming. All of these things, we are bringing them together to sit together and talk. We also understand that ownership of cow cuts across both Fulani and non-Fulani. It's not simplistic like to say Fulani herdsmen, they are the only ones that own cows. We're looking at all of these things. What we're trying to do in my state, and what we hope to do, is to see that we come up with a template that we could even ask other people to utilize. In the issue of herdsmen coming in from across the country, there are no ghosts. They are known. Once you activate a system within the community that informs you of movements, you will be able to know.
What do you think about?
So this time around, what we have done as a government is that from this year, we've identified, unlike what my brother told you, we don't have 3 first-class emirs. We have 8.
What do you think is going to happen?
Let me tell you what we are doing now. Please, sorry, just excuse me. We have 8 traditional rulers. Under them, we have 107 district heads. Under the 107 district, we have 718 village heads. Under the 718 village heads, we have 8,113 ward heads, Mayangwa. They are scattered all across our communities. From this year, we're going to start giving them stipends so that they will be part of our overall security architecture. So if something happens within a community, we will be able to get information immediately from a community leader, and that information will be credible. We have documented them, we have taken their profiles, we have their names, we have their photographs, we have their phone numbers. So when they call us and say, there's a movement, a suspicious movement from point A to point B, we will take it up. These are very, very proactive measures we are doing. Our only drawback, and I'm saying it here, our only drawback is that some people, through some of their utterances, because they are well positioned, because they can be listened to, they are making statements that are actually not in the interest of peace.
You know that, Mr. President, away from Adamawa State, Mr. President is meeting with the governor of Benue State today, and some other governors in solidarity for what's happened there. Judging from your own solutions, do you think that anything meaningful will come out from that meeting?
I don't know. Mr. President, you said, is meeting with the governors of Benue State. They have the highest authorities in the land, and the governor of Benue has the highest authority in his own state. I hope that at the end of the interface, each one of those with authority will exercise their authorities in the interest of peace and togetherness in this country. That is all that matters. But again, I am advising from our own model, from the system that we have established, from the system our governor and our government is putting together, that we must begin to interface with communities at community level. We must begin to button our shirts from bottom up, not from Sajoh, bottom, because we can miss
the Commissioner for Information of Adamawa State. Thank you so much indeed for talking to us on Sunrise Day.
Thank you very much.